welcome back to Sorare Sunday, and we're looking at the weeks between the 24th of March and the 30th of March. So let's have a look at what happened this week. And this week was not a great week in terms of rewards and stuff like that because we did international. And I will just say, like, the biggest problem with the international break this time, especially, is I think a lot of the national teams were testing out different players that they wanted to try, or seeing if youngsters would be better, or something like that. So there was a lot of players which didn't play, or I knew for instance, my keepers, I knew they were second choice, so I knew they wouldn't play. But there's a couple of other players who throughout didn't play, which they usually would, either for injuries or just being dropped, so that players who don't usually get a chance at the national team get a chance because they were playing smaller nations, let's say. So we struggled. We got 2 boxes, not great boxes though. I think they're very low level, and 500 XP. So even the XP wasn't great. You can see we missed all of our targets by some way as well. I think 175 points. We did have a couple of players who did well. Jackson Irving got 117 with a goal against China. Duda getting 105. He seems to be back from injury and playing quite well. And Christian Eriksen getting a goal and an assist, but a yellow card and a 77 overall. For his age, he's playing very well. And for someone who collapsed a few years ago, a very good player still. But then overall, just didn't get anything really. Zion Suzuki playing really well for a 0-0 draw against Saudi Arabia. DeAndre Kerr getting a goal for, I think it was Toronto that he plays for. Yeah. And then we had a lot of people who didn't play. For instance, Calafiori, Vlasic, and Rodak. Rodak, again, is a second choice keeper on his national team, so I'm not surprised. But at the same time, when you are expecting rotation, you'd think that maybe the second choice keeper would get a shout, but he didn't. In terms of MLS, we did okay. We did a lot better than we did with the internationals. David Martinez getting a goal. Bronicho getting a goal as well. And Joe Willis getting a clean sheet. Raheem Edwards winning a penalty. So a lot of players in our MLS teams doing well. Boris now getting 12 points is pretty disgusting. I think if he would have played better, we would have got something a lot better in here. We were 31 points away from some essence. I think there was probably Anao who let us down there. And then in the classics, no one really, apart from Escobar, no one really doing that great in there. And we weren't too close to getting anything, to be honest. Where we got our boxes was these 2 special competitions, with Anis Hadji getting a goal and 119, Marco Tucci getting a goal, Neko Williams getting 113 after being captained, and Dunham getting a goal. There's a lot of players who played well in this one. I seem to pick a good setup for these 2, but we got I think just a normal box, so it's probably like a 1-star box or just a limited box, so won't have loads of good stuff in it. And then in the beginner, we were actually not a million miles away from getting something. We let ourselves down with the goalkeeper. I was expecting a clean sheet against Armenia, but they let in 1 goal, Georgia. So Mamadashvili, I think is how you say it. He obviously played all right, but he didn't play well enough to get a good score because he let a goal in. Everyone else doing pretty decent. Although Hakimi, Morocco, I would have thought they're playing quite a smaller nation. He would do quite well, but he didn't do that much, to be honest. Only got a 62. Bellingham did really good. Haaland obviously got himself a goal against, is it, who are they playing? Moldova, yeah, I thought it was. Like a really small nation, so that Norway were expected to absolutely destroy him. And then Elise doing great with a goal and an assist against Croatia, which is not an easy fixture for France. They've been beaten by them before, I think. So yeah, overall that weekend was a bit disappointing, and obviously not a lot of essence. one through that. I mean, none. And then midweek, we could only field 3 teams, and we did probably worse, I'd say. Neko Williams, again, getting a really good score, though, 102. This young striker who plays for Heerenveen, let me just... Nicolashu, I think is how you say it. He plays for Moldova, and he got a goal for Moldova. So pretty decent for him. I don't know if that's... He's still quite young, I think. He's only like 25, so I don't know if that's like a first goal or something like that. Probably not. Like, I imagine for Moldova, if you're a good footballer, you get in quite early. Not a huge footballing nation, so... but that's really cool. John Duran getting a goal for Colombia. Thomas Suchek playing pretty well with an 88. And Bayazit getting a clean sheet for... Oh, is he... Oh, no. This is... he was playing for... That... Yeah. Kazieri Sport Kulabul. I'm guessing that was in the league. That wasn't internationals. I'm guessing that was Turkish league, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, he got a clean sheet and played really well. And then our beginner, we got nowhere near really. Hakimi, I put in again. I thought he was going to play really well in this 2 international teams. He played okay in one and then was dropped for the other. So it was a disappointing person to like depend on. And then actually Lamine Yamal, who usually plays pretty well, got a kind of average 61. Pedri got a 94, which is pretty decent. Suchek, even though Czech beat Gibraltar 4-0, didn't really do a lot. And Nyland let in 2 goals against Israel, so didn't play great either. So not an ideal week to be fair. Didn't win anything for that one. Only won 2 boxes and some XP for the week before. So yeah, next the weekend we're in now and next week, there's a lot more games, just regular season games which are being played. So hopefully that will help me get back on top and start earning the XP and things again. But let's have a jump onto the player to watch next. So yeah, let's go have a look. And my player to watch is someone who I've mentioned already today, is Neko Williams. And he is kind of like one of those players which I've never really considered to be like even a first team starter for Nottingham Forest. I've never really thought, and he isn't really, if you look at it. He has had a good run recently, but he's been a lot of times brought on as a sub. But if you look at his scores and you look at, he's an international, so he plays for Wales. Don't get me wrong, Wales aren't exactly lighting it up at the moment, but he is playing internationally. I think Wales might have been relegated down to the Nations League, which has got like a lot of lower league, smaller teams in, which means he's probably going to get good scores every time they play against them. And he just seems to be... Oh, sorry, alarm went off. He just seems to be getting decent scores, like around the board. He's getting goals, he's getting assists, his clearance off the lines and stuff like that. He seems like a really good player to have, just for if you want internationals. But also he can play. He plays in the Premier League and plays fairly well in the Premier League. Like, look how a 79 against Arsenal and a 61 against Man City. Those aren't easy scores to get as a defender. So I think he is definitely a player that is worth a shout for a Premier League stack, or if you need some players that you're going to play during the international break. And his cards are £3. So he's for an in season, it's only £3. If you wanted, I use I think last season's card for him, so you can go even cheaper and pick him up for £1 because the season's nearly over. You're only going to play him in a classic league at the moment, but maybe for the future, if you're looking at buying a 25-26 season card, Neko Williams might be one as well that you keep an eye on because he's young as well. He's only 23. He's a regular already at international level. Yeah, so overall, I think he's a good shout for a consistent player for internationals and for Premier League. So that's my player to watch. Hopefully you guys agree. Let me know in the comments what you think of the players to watch. I'm trying to keep it affordable players to watch because obviously I could say like Messi or whoever. But I think like if I keep it affordable, it's like people who you can actually look at and think, you know what, if I put 15 quid together, I can make a stack which can do a little bit in the pros, sort of thing, you know, maybe. So that's my idea behind it. But let me know what you think in the comments. And we're now going to go on to what's in the box. What's in the box? Okay, so we are at the boxes, and it's not going to take long because we've got 3 rivals and 2 limited. Rivals has been tough this week as well. I've been really struggling with getting any decent results, so it's been a disappointing run. I'm not going to lie. This week was a struggle. I haven't played rivals as much this week either as well, though, because I started losing, so I just gave up. Which is never a good thing to do. Don't give up. But there you go. We got 2 tickets and 1 essence from our rivals stuff. They keep saying, don't worry, well, not even don't worry, but like rivals is going to go soon. But it's still here. And I'm not sure what the plan is from Sorare. So until it disappears, I'm going to keep playing it to try and just get some boxes, get some extra essence. But yeah, it's strange that it hasn't been taken away just yet. You'd have thought, since they announced it like quite a while ago now, that rivals would be yoinked from us any time now. So we got 3 essence from the 2 limited boxes, so I wasn't expecting too much, to be fair. But we do have enough essence. We got 50. And I will just actually say the reason we got 50 is we have unlocked 20 essence for this one and 20 essence for the last week's one of the game weeks. Get a certain collection score of cards, and I actually had most of them. So if you've already got the collection score, you get the rewards. You don't have to get it after the fact, sort of thing. So that's really cool. And actually, for April Fool's week, next week, you can get £10 in credit just for a Premier League player making an error leading to a goal, which I usually do most weeks. So if I don't do it this week and I don't get that £10 in credit, I'll be a bit annoyed because that's usually something that happens way too often on my lineups. So I'd hope that that's something that I'll be getting. So I get £10 in credit, which would be pretty decent. But yeah, we're going to have a look at doing a T4 card. We did last week, as you remember, 2 tier 3s. And we got 1 decent one. We got Anthony Gordon. But I don't think I'm going to save it. With how bad this week's been, I'm not going to save my essence to get up to a T3. I'm going to try tier 4. We haven't really done many tier 4s. I don't think we've done any recently. It's above a tier 5, so hope you'll get something decent. But we'll just have to see now what we're going to get. And then hope that in the next week we earn enough essence so that we can get another tier 5 next week maybe. Or do we save it? Let me know what you think in the comments if I should be saving it up to tier 3 or not. But let's reveal what we got. Nigerian. Forward. Playing Leverkusen. Is that Boniface? I think he's a decent pull. I think that's a very decent pull, actually. It's also great because I have well, I probably need a Bundesliga keeper more than Boniface, but I don't really have a lot of good strikers in my Bundesliga stacks, so that's a great one. Let's just have a quick look at Victor Boniface. Am I saying it wrong? Is it Boniface or something like that? It might be Boniface. I'm going to call him Boniface because I'm terrible. Okay, so he does play international. he doesn't play regularly for Leverkusen, which I thought he did. Is it because of injuries, though, from the looks of it? He was out for a long time with an injury. He's come back, got a goal, and then been dropped and comes off the bench, and then has started his last game, the last game that was played, and got a goal. How much is he going for? Around about, let's say 7, 6, 5. So anywhere between £5 to £8. That's a decent pull for a T4, I think. I'm happy with that. I will definitely be playing him in my Bundesliga stack. So let me know what you think in the comments. What I should do with the essence pulls. If I should be saving up to 50 to get T4s. If I should be saving up to 100 to get T3s. What's the consensus? What do you guys do with your essence? Should I be not doing any essence pulls at the moment because we're so close to the end of the season? Should I be waiting? But then that's not very fun content, is it, for the videos? So I don't mind having out of season cards. I play a lot of the classic leagues, so let me know what you think in the comments. It'll be really good to know. And let's jump on to NBA. Okay, and with NBA, I think I'm having a lot more fun with NBA than when I first started it. Like, it's definitely, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm understanding it a lot more. With the dailies, if we just go back for the last week. So yesterday I got 20 essence, a common essence from this one. I got 1-star box from this one. I actually won something from a limited dailies, which I was like, what? That was never happened before, so that's pretty awesome. Then in this one, a tier 4 and some common essence. Then going back to 26th, I got a box, 200 essence from this team. Absolutely smashed it with that team. A tier 3 from this team. And then nothing from limited. I didn't get anything else from limited this week, but that one was enough for me. I was like, I actually got something amazing. I will just say, look at that Jimmy Butler card which I've picked up. It's probably my favorite card ever on So Rare at the moment. His hair is incredible and he looks amazing. But we only got 35 that week from that. And then on the Monday, we got a 1-star and a tier 1 for this team, which absolutely look at them scores. You love to see all green. I mean, mostly all green. It's kind of a yellowish green, isn't it? And 20 common there, and then nothing here. But like again, I'm getting closer, like 32 points away. Like that's just one player having a little bit of a better day, and you get something there. And then in terms of limited pros and commons, actually, sorry. We only have this one, which was the last week. And we didn't get anything. I just remembered we were so close with some of them. Like 6 points here from this commons, 19 points here from this common, 2 points here from this limited card one. I mean, I'm not even that disappointed with all the scores, to be honest. Like Steve Adams, I think could have probably got a little bit more, but I think he's like coming back from injury or something. So he's not going to be top of his game. And this one, if we'd got a better player to fill in with Hunter Tyson's spot, I think we'd have got 26 points easy, 60 points from Josh Giddey, and 55 from Scotty Barnes. It's ridiculous we didn't get anything for that week. But we move on. And 22 points away here, I think is probably quite close as well. So we weren't quite there. I think we did. I don't know if we looked at this one last week, but we did win a 1-star box. I have a feeling not, because I mean we didn't look at this one last week because I have 5 boxes, and I think that includes this one. So it was probably we were getting towards the end of this week when I looked at this one. Oh no, I think it finishes on the Monday, doesn't it? This one. That's why. So yeah, we got a 1-star box from this as well. So we haven't got as many of the high, like 3-4-star boxes. We got a few of them a while ago. But we're going to obviously open these boxes now. See if we can get maybe enough essence for a pull. I think it's 50 we need here. Yeah, we need 50 to get anything. So I'm not hopeful that 5 boxes we're going to get like 41 essence from. But we're building up to that, maybe. So we're just going to open these boxes. 6 essence from both so far, which Isn't too shabby. Not too bad at all. Oh, some money off the marketplace. £3.87. And 3 essence. That's 9 essence so far in total. And another 3 essence. So overall 12 essence we got this week. So we're 21. We're around about halfway, just a little bit shy of it to getting a pull. But we are definitely getting closer to, like, every week we get some sort of reward now, which is really cool. We're definitely getting the hang, and I found it's cool that I've been able to keep up with scores and like transfers. I don't know if you call them, they're trades in NBA, aren't they? Like trades that have been happening and stuff. It's like helped me get more into the sport, so that's been really good. One thing which I don't think is going to help me get into the sport is Major League Baseball. I don't get it. I just don't understand it, and I've tried doing a little bit of research. I'm really struggling with understanding like the scoring. I'm really struggling with understanding who's good, like players to watch out for and stuff like that, or just how the fixtures work and stuff. So I don't think we're gonna be uh properly getting into like the Major League Baseball scene. Unfortunately, I think it's gonna be one of them ones which I'll always chuck a common team together and see if they work, but from the looks of it, they don't. -1, -2, -3. Like, what? Again, if there's any advice on the Major League Baseball stuff, let us know. But um, I don't know if it's. I don't have as much of an interest as I do in basketball, in baseball. So it's harder for me to like sit down and actually figure it all out and stuff. So yeah, any information about it would be handy. But as you can see, not really doing a lot. We've still got this one live at the moment. And it's doing a little bit better score-wise from the looks of it, but I'm not really sure. So yeah, that's the minor league, Major League Baseball stuff. I'm kind of not 100% sure about it. So if there's any advice you can give me, I actually got really good advice for the NBA stuff. Like the NBA stuff really helped. The advice from like people in the comments. So if there is some good advice, let me know in the comments, and I'll see if I can get a bit more into the baseball scene. If not, football and NBA is good enough for me. And hey, hopefully one day they'll have NFL as well, because I love me some NFL. And that would be really cool to do some fantasy football on there. But that's going to be it from us today. A bit of a shorter one, I think, because it was a international week for football, so we didn't really spend that long looking at it. But thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.